Hello. Hello. How is everyone? Hello, hello. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. You guys, please make sure you can hear me by giving me a thumbs up or dropping a hello in the chat so that I know my microphone is on and working. Thumbs up, you can hear me. Happy faces or no. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear your girl? Because I don't want to start talking and getting into this if you guys can't hear me. Can you hear me? What is today, Monday? Maybe you guys are at work and you're like, we hear you, but we can't talk to you right now, Kenysha. So let's see, what's the title? Today we are talking Louis Vuitton. We are talking made in USA versus France. Okay, we are talking China versus USA right now. So I woke up today to just I don't know how to address the wild time that we've been on, this wild roller coaster of tariffs that we've been on. So I have had so many thoughts. I have had so many thoughts about why is it such a roller coaster in the stock market? Like, how could tariffs have led to this? And the biggest part of it is our dependency on China. Like, America's dependency on China is just something that I feel like we have allowed to creep beyond our control. And it's to the point where they have enough power and authority to push back on America when we try to bully them by increasing tariffs, which is basically trying to tax them more. They're in response going to try and tax us more. And where it hits us is everywhere because of how much Americans consume, okay? How much we consume, and the fact that it is everything that we buy basically made in China, because we have given up all of our skills in how to create. We don't know how to sew, right? There's no atelier factories in America sewing and creating clothes and at a cheap enough cost of labor and price point with quality construction, creative design that we want to buy. We don't like the things that we make here in America. Why is that? And as a result, we have literally had China for the past 50 years, and everyone else around the world has basically had China making all their stuff for them, to the point that China knows how to make the things that the world desires. And as a result of that, they have the power in being able to set prices, restrict distribution, create access to things that we want, or like they're doing now, poking fun at the fact that we consume to our detriment, to their benefit, that they have been able to lift their entire billion people up out of poverty versus America continued shrinking middle class because we say we want to keep on aspiring to purchase and look a certain way. So we keep on consuming and buying things that are overpriced on debt, on debt. And so now China's woken up and they're poking fun at America for trying to basically push them out of being able to of being able of cutting off the pipeline. They're laughing at us, trying to say, you could never cut off your inflow and dependency on us, on all the goods we provide you. You can never, America, you wish you could, but you could never because you're so heavily dependent on us. For all the clothes that you wear, it's made over here. All the bags that you buy, supposedly, it's made over there. All the shoes that you wear, it's made over there. And then after it's made, it's shipped back to us at a higher price point. So now we're all waking up because the market's been topsy-turvy. We can barely afford eggs and milk. And we're saying, no, we don't want to consume anymore. Some in luxury are waking up and saying, oh, higher price points, unjustified, we don't want to consume anymore. And I think just all of this stuff that's coming to a head in the news is just making it too hard to ignore. Too hard for people to ignore anymore how dependent we are. People aren't using that word, but we are very dependent on basically every other country that makes and manufactures our goods that we buy. And the reason for that is because America, you know what they say? They say Americans are lazy. They say we have no skill set. They say the things that we put together is poor quality to the point where we don't want to purchase it ourselves. And then they say that nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to do this work in America because we're not paid enough. So I wanted to read this article from one of our awesome community members and subscribers from Kevin Bouguet. He sent me the article about just the Louis Vuitton factory in Texas plagued with errors and how it's ranked as the worst performing factory for Louis Vuitton in the world. America. It's just plain ridiculous. So let me also, if anyone wants to call in, you may, so that we can chat, because you know I like that. And I hope you guys can hear me. Okay. So let's see. Okay. It says, here's what it says, okay? It says 6 years ago, LVMH's billionaire CEO Bernard Arnault and President Donald Trump cut the blue ribbon on a factory in rural Texas that would make designer handbags for Louis Vuitton, okay? One of the world's best known luxury brands, supposedly. But since the high-profile opening, the factory has faced a host of problems limiting production. 11 former Louis Vuitton employees have come out to disclose this information. The site has consistently ranked among the worst performing for Louis Vuitton globally, significantly underperforming other facilities, according to 3 former LV workers and a senior industry source. The plant's problems, which have not previously been reported, highlight the challenges for LVMH as it attempts to build its production footprint in America. Okay. As a result of trying to avoid our wayward president's threat of tariffs on European made goods coming to America, Louis Vuitton has somehow thought it would make sense to try to, I don't know, build these French made products in America. Now we know this, like we know there's a factory, we know there are 2 factories in California. Like we know this, but why we never heard anything about the factories in California to the extent that we're hearing about it in Texas. To the point where there's a whole news article coming out. The ramp up was harder than we thought it would be. That's true. Louis Vuitton's industrial director said the Texas site has struggled due to a lack of skilled leather workers. Okay. There is not enough high quality ateliers in America that produce at the quality standards of France. They say that they give them training. They say that, they're given 5 to however many weeks of training, but obviously that's not the same thing as maybe the way that the ateliers are being trained in France. It took them years to start making the simple pockets of the Neverfull handbag. Okay, the Neverfull, classic shoulder tote bag Louis Vuitton is known for, other than the Speedy, made everywhere. Errors made during the cutting, preparation, and assembly process led to the waste of as many as 40% of the leather hides. Okay, so we're wasting time and money and products. Typically, the waste rate for leather goods is generally 20%. Ours was 40%, double that. Several employees who spoke to Reuters described a high-pressure environment. To boost production numbers, supervisors routinely turned a blind eye toward methods to conceal defects, and in some cases encourage them. So this is like where all of the defects are coming from that we're complaining about. And this is why there are so many comments and negative opinions about made in the USA. Oh, I wasn't in the comment section, guys, so no wonder why I wasn't seeing that. I was over in a different area, so forgive me. Forgive me. But welcome. Thank you for joining. Hi, you guys. Let me go back because I was in the wrong chat. That's the reason why I didn't see you. So, hi, vibes only. Hey, girl. Hey. I am doing well. Thank you. Ben Care Phoenix. Yes, thank you so much. Loud and clear. Hello, Kavan. Kavan is the one who provided the article. So we're reading the article and then we're just going to talk about just what's happening with China coming out and sort of trying to trying to spin it that the luxuries that are made in, like, I think France by Hermes and Louis Vuitton are made in China, when I really want to get into the right narrative, which is the replicas are made in China and shipped to America, and now they're openly coming out and saying that. And yes, it's true that a lot of products like Nike, we knew this, like Lululemon, I don't know if you knew this, like Coach, I knew that, like Michael Kors, which is why I don't buy them anymore, is made in China. But I don't want it to be confused that I don't think Hermes is being made in China. I think those are legitimate counterfeit fakes that they are claiming they're making in that factory and then sending to France. But then again, this is all my opinion. It's all my opinion. So we're just talking about my theories and my opinions based on my experience in finance in over 20 years, my experience investing, and just what is going on with this narrative, which there are a lot of narratives happening, like the end of luxury, luxury is a scam, China is exposing luxury. How did China end luxury? We have a video that we have to watch for that because it's all connected, okay? It's all connected. So going back to this article, like just going back to the fact that it's weird how we knew these things and yet now it's all like coming out to light. You know, there's a lot of news coming to light all of a sudden now as a result of America basically upending the global economy. Like all of a sudden, we are under fire in so many ways. And a lot of it is just, I think, things that people are starting to open their eyes to related to overconsumption, for example, right? So there's a lot of content talking right now about no buys. There's a lot of content talking about underconsumption core, overconsumption core, all these mini products that people want to buy in stock. And China over there laughing and saying, yeah, we produce all this stuff. So what does America make for itself? Okay. Like this is a problem. America doesn't make anything. What is our purpose? We make nothing that the world wants to buy. Like that is the problem. That is the root cause problem here. To the point where now in this article, right, it's calling out. It took us years to learn how to make a simple pocket. China's laughing like, yeah, we can learn to do it in a day. Errors made during the cutting, preparation, and assembly process led to the waste of as many as 40% of leather hides, when typically waste rates for leather goods are typically 20%, which is crazy. We're wasting 50% more. Several former employees who spoke to Reuters described a high-pressure environment, and so supervisors routinely turned a blind eye towards methods to conceal defects. People said that they knowingly melted canvas and leather together. It dates back to 2018. Okay. Poorly crafted handbags deemed unfit for sale are shredded on site and carted away in trucks for incineration, which is crazy. Like this is crazy. Like it's just all crazy because there's something you have to understand when they talk about mistakes like this, it all goes back into the bottom line. It all goes back into the cost. Okay? It all goes back into the bottom line of how much we're going to have to pay to eat the cost of the mistakes being made. Okay? Like, it's just, you have to like take that into account. To continue, a former production supervisor who often traveled to the site said Louis Vuitton mostly used the Texas plant for less sophisticated handbag models, producing its most expensive products elsewhere. Okay, so that gives me a warm feeling inside. But I don't know. I think on one hand it gives me a good feeling inside, and on the other hand it doesn't, because I have the graceful, and I think that was one of the less sophisticated models made in the USA. Because mine's is not made in France. And it's a lot of canvas, but I think the construction is rather simple. It's a big bag with a lining and an interior pocket, no zipper, couple rings, and one hobo strap. No double straps anywhere. You just have to be able to sew two pieces of canvas together and sew a lining in there with a pocket, hopefully. But it did take them years to learn how to sew the never full pocket. So I can understand what they're saying here. But then I'm just thinking about some of the more sophisticated bags, like the capucines. Yeah, I could imagine that only coming from France, Italy, Spain. Like the twists, the exotics. Pretty sure we've never heard someone say those were made in America. Made in the USA. So Louis Vuitton wants to shut down the California factories and move production to Texas, you guys. What do we think about this? Furthermore, it says workers at the site make components and entire models of Louis Vuitton bags like the Félicie pochettes and the Matisse bags with Made in USA tags inside. The items sell for around $1,500 and $3,000 at high-end boutiques. LV declined to comment when asked which handbag models are fully or partially made in Texas. But former workers interviewed mentioned the carryall, the keepall, the Matisse, the Félicie, and the Neverfull handbag lines. Now, I have had a carryall that was made in the USA, and I have had a graceful that was made in the USA. And I'm curious, what is our opinion on USA versus everywhere else? Do we love those bags? Are we snobs? Not a snob. Not a made in France snob. Who are we? I'm curious. Are you all for the made in USA stamp? Oh. In its marketing material, you guys drop your comments. I'm not seeing any comments. Why am I seeing any comments? In its marketing material, Louis Vuitton says its handbags typically made at French, Spanish, or Italian leather ateliers known as little hands, les petites mains, are assembled using a process that has been perfected since the mid-19th century. Okay, well, there you go. It's been perfected over there, not here. After cutting canvas and leather using hand tools and leather and laser cutting machines, they stitched pieces together using industrial sewing machines. Okay, so I mean, this sounds like it's on par with what Chanel is doing, is it not? I did hear that Chanel also uses industrial parts, industrial machines to create. It says workers at the Texas facility, which includes dedicated floors for cutting and for assembly, as well as a warehouse, were initially paid $13 an hour. As of 2024, base pay for a leather worker position at the plant was $17 per hour. The minimum wage in Texas is $7.25 an hour. It says former workers say they are under a lot of pressure to make daily goals. Okay. And so as a result, people would sometimes cut corners, like using a hot pin to melt canvas and leather to conceal imperfections in a particularly difficult piece called the Vendome Opera Bag. Another former leather worker said they'd seen people melt material to hide holes or other imperfections in stitching. Yeah, I think we've been starting to see a lot of. I think people have been coming out to say they've been seeing some errors in even like the Murakami pieces that have been coming out. I personally haven't seen that. Personally, the pieces that I have gotten are all made in France, and I haven't seen not one issue with my pieces. And I actually recently just went and got a little journal for this piece. I just, went to Staples, guys, crying out loud. And I took it with me. I took it there to make sure I found the right notebook, which this size ended up being, I don't know, a little bit smaller than whatever this is. But I don't have any issues with yet any stitching because I looked this thing over. No issues with the glazing, which sometimes in the past I have had issues with the Pochette Matisse glazing in the past. I have had that bag reglazed 2 times. I had to send it back. They've given me that bag. I've had that bag 3 times. I feel like everyone who's ever had a Pochette Matisse has a saga. Boy, do I have one. So I don't know. They're saying that like some of the bags that are made in Texas are just not good quality. It says some people choose, it says there are artisans that we hire who we train and who, after several weeks or months, realize in light of the expectations, the level of detail that is required, they would rather work in other fields like logistics. You see what I mean? Like sewing and paying attention to even stitching, because my aunt, like, I understand what it's all about. She's literally been a home economics teacher all her life, for middle school and high school and college. So she was teaching people to cook and to sew. She made my wedding dress. And we definitely had to go and pick out the materials, but she put it all together. And I saw her over her little sewing machine. And people who are really into sewing, it's not just one machine that they have. She's got at least 3 sewing machines. She's got a whole room dedicated. She's got her whole threading system, needling system, pin cushion system. It is a true art, skill, and talent to have the patience and the attention to detail to sew. And so, what they're explaining here in the craftsmanship, this is about craftsmanship and skills that the US does not have, nor the patience. And this is the reason why these tariffs have basically upended our lives to this extent. It's because we need our own ateliers. We need our own school of sewing schools around here. We need our own manufacturing facilities. You know, what we have is Amazon warehouses, guys, filled with products made in China. Oh, it's crazy. So they're saying some people choose to leave us because it's true that it's a job that requires a lot of savoir faire, a lot of know-how. A current Louis Vuitton employee in France said receiving just a few weeks of training wasn't unusual, as most learning happens on the production line supervised by more experienced craftspeople. Knowledge of sewing on leather canvas is a plus, but it's not required. I think they should make it required. We offer comprehensive training, they say. I don't think it's enough if this is the end results we're seeing. They say that training in Texas is exactly the same program that we have in all our workshops. They are accompanied and continuously mentored by trainers. Well, all I know is Louis Vuitton received financial incentives to move to Texas, okay? 75% property tax cut, saving them $29 million over the next 10 years. And so as a result, they want to get out of California and they want to bring the rest of the factories to Texas. No comment from the White House, allegedly. And it says, despite the problems, LVMH is planning to move even more jobs to Texas. LVMH said in its 2017 filing that its first Texas production facility would cost around $30 million. A second filing from 2022, local authorities put the cost of his second workshop completed last year at $23.5 million. And last fall at a town hall, workers at one of two California production sites were told that it would close 2028 and they could move to Texas or quit. They said that Louis Vuitton intends to streamline its California operations and transfer more skilled artisans to Texas. So far, they've had limited success. Okay. Okay, next. Let's get into it.
Coach, Louis Vuitton, you name it. But for this, I'm not proud because we were only making our wages. The profit margin for the people who are actually making the bags are very low. What I'm really proud of is that first, we have the best quality control. Two, we have the best craftsmanship. You know, Chinese craftsmen are always intelligent and diligent. Three, we have the most complete supply chain. We always get what we want, like zippers, accessories of any kind, any color, and leathers immediately. Now, as the USA and its little European brothers are trying to refuse Chinese goods, don't you think luxury brands are not trying to move their OEM out of China? Yes, they did, but they failed. Because the OEM factories out of China? Yes, they did, but they
Okay, wait a second. What did he say?
refuse Chinese goods. Don't you think immediately? Now, as the USA and its little European brothers are trying to refuse Chinese goods, two, we have the best craftsmanship. You know, Chinese craftsmen are always intelligent and diligent. Three, we have the most complete supply chain. We always get what we want, like zippers, accessories of any kind, any color, and leathers immediately. Now,
Okay. What do we think? Care says, I agree as someone who took up leather work as a hobby to repair handbags. All my materials come from China. Joanne Fabrics just closed. They just went out of business. So China, they say they get all the materials, they get all the accessories, they get all the leather. They have the supply chain.
Now, as the USA and its little European brothers are trying to refuse Chinese goods, don't you think luxury brands are not trying to move their OEM out of China? Yes, they did, but they failed because the OEM factories out of China, they don't have good quality control and they don't have as good craftsmanship. Their workers are either too expensive or too lazy. Three, they don't have any.
Okay, so do we believe that China has no? I mean, does Hermes and Louis Vuitton not have ateliers then? Like you have to understand like what. Okay, how do I say this? Wherever leather comes from, it's still going to be the same source that everyone's going to pull from. So even if Louis Vuitton and Hermes get their leathers and they're making their bags, and China gets their leathers and they're making the same replicas as the luxury brand bags, the difference is still in the craftsmanship. And it is true, we are paying for the label, for the name. So if China is saying, well, we believe we have the best craftsmen and we can make the same bag, it's just that we're going to put the label on it and label it as made from China. But you can go to France and you can go to Hermes and you can go and pay for the label. You can pay thousands of dollars, for the label. Do you think people care? Like if you have the money, do you think you really care? I think like that's the thing is this like, are they really exposing anything, or did we not already know that China made everything? And that basically if we want to stop our dependency on China, we literally have to stop we literally have to start buying from only made in America. There's not many brands that are only made in America. I do like a brand that's only made in America called Emerson Fry. There's another, they do a lot of clothes. Let me show you guys. And no affiliation, no sponsorship, whatever. But oh, welcome back, Kevon. Welcome back. I'll show you a couple of brands. Like, I can't believe I'm going to say this. This is like American countryside. You know how Elise Millen, she's got English countryside. This is what I call American countryside. You want some made in American stuff? Here you go. And you don't have to buy it all on full price because they've got sales that go on. So Emerson Fry is an American made brand, literally started by the lady Emerson Fry. And they take pleasure in working for their customers. They make clothes that are consciously and purposely made to last, so highly sustainable. They partner with um, up and coming designers in India and all around the world. They try to be healthy and eco conscious, you know, and they use a lot of plant based fibers, linen, tencel, organic cottons, hemp, which I believe in. Like, I subscribe to this because, guys, polyester is not it. Like, the thing that's I suppose you have to understand. All right, I want you to try to understand, like, my perspective on life, luxury, mindset, philosophy is you got to enjoy life. You know, I want to enjoy my life. And if I'm going to spend money on something that I've worked hard on, it better be good quality. And it doesn't have to be a lot of money. I love a good sale. And these clothes go on sale like around Black Friday, around Christmas time. They have like year-end sales. So if you never want to buy anything at full price, which their prices range from like a couple $100s to a few $100s, but I feel like they're really classic. Like, I have a tank top dress that looks like this navy stripe one. I used to buy a lot of their blazers. I have this little trench coat. Like, I have this dress right here in like this blue and navy stripe. I think stuff like that is really sexy and appealing and understated and luxurious looking because it just looks refined, classy, covered up, and yet you're still, able to breathe and it fits your body. I don't care what your shape is. They have really great sizes from extra, extra small to extra large. They make shoes, they make pants. I feel like it's very flattering. And I'm really looking forward to summer coming. So, this is like a brand that I really adore. I have tons of their little basic tank tops. I'm just saying, like, the narrative, I'm pushing back on this narrative that China is exposing luxury because luxury to me is not Chinese made products. Like, it's just not. Polyester makes you sweat. It's not good for you. Your skin can't breathe. Your skin is the biggest organ of your body. You need it to breathe. What do you think I'm always outside trying to get some fresh air for and get some vitamin D? So I just don't think like them talking about how you're shopping for your athleisure at Lululemon, paying $100 when you should come over here and pay $5. And I'm just like, yeah, they're right, you guys. You shouldn't be paying $100 for some athleisure. I mean, for crying out loud. What are we doing when we talk about not having any money? So I feel like this is not a flex, this expose. I feel like this is like we should be waking up and realizing, yeah, we've been overly reliant and dependent on China. And we actually have some really great American made in the USA brands that we should probably take a little bit closer look and more interest in, because I feel like they're doing something more sustainable for the environment as well as for our bodies, like for us, long lasting, long wearing. And I believe in like slow living. Like, if I'm going to move to like my little she shed by the sea, I can't have all this China stuff in my place. Like, I don't want to have all that stuff. I need to have some basics, that will carry me through, while I'm packing my carry-on, basically. I just need some basics. I mean, do you not realize from Balenciaga that the rich love to look like the poor? So I don't need to look like the rich, okay? The rich wearing their holy jeans that has been inspired by poor people's holy clothes, and we want to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on that. I feel like, yeah, that's stupid, guys. And if we're gonna say like China is exposing luxury, like we should just say no, we're waking up anyway and we're over it. Like, it's not exposed. We understand that your counterfeits are now coming from you and are landing on Canal Street in New York. We understand that and we reject it. We don't want it. We don't want to spend our money on the fakes. We want to save our money anyway because we want the real thing. And by the way, we're going to stop buying clothes that are made of there. So yeah, Lululemon and whoever else, if these little companies, small businesses that can be around for 20 years can do it, why the hell can't you? Go and figure out how to source clothes so that you're not just dumping waste into the environment, and make it things that we want to slow down and wear over the next decade. Like, I agree. I am tired of the overconsumption, and I'm not some social justice warrior, because for crying out loud, this is my bag of the day. I do love my luxury, but I do think that it's time that we just not spend money, and that would probably kill China faster than these tariffs, right? If we're like the biggest consumer of them, we'll probably starve them over there by not shopping, okay? If all of our stuff is made over there and we decide to just not purchase anything for a little while our companies get their acts together and they start their manufacturing up over here again, they should stop trying to make it fast fashion anyway. Like, are we not tired of that? I am tired of it. I don't want fast fashion. Give me slow US countryside living by the sea. Hello. Hello. Where am I going over there to be by the sea in my little she shed? Nowhere. Okay, this is American countryside living, my friends. This is what it looks like. This is what luxury over here looks like. And you just need some basic white and black neutrals with your multicolor pops of color and your, pink little charms on your bags, and you're good to go. We're literally good to go. But I do agree, like, I don't know what we're thinking, trying to buy these French bags made in the USA. I'm not a supporter. I'm not a fan. That is my opinion. Okay. Welcome. Yes. Like, I feel like we're just so backwards right now, you guys. These tariffs, money is a funny thing. Donald Trump, it may not have been perceived as strategic what he did with these tariffs, but I do think that we need just a whole different perspective here on the fallout as a result of the tariffs is that now we have the TikTok streets sort of trying to bombard us. And I don't know if this is true or not. You know, this is all my theories. This is like what I think. It's like, okay, so now Chinese vendors want to basically come out and talk about what they're making. Like, and if we actually are saying that we don't want to really consume as much and we really can't afford it, we should starve the Chinese and stop shopping. I mean, you guys are like, could it be that simple? Yes. Save your money. It's like that is the luxury, my friends. Save your money. Save your flipping money. And don't buy from the Chinese. They're like they're saying, "Oh, you guys are fools, you're idiots. You've been buying these luxury goods, but you can get it from us over here for pennies, for $15. I don't want to get it over there, okay? I want to get it from France. It's the same thing. I don't want to get it from USA either. I want to get it from France." And I'm not buying Coach. I don't buy Michael Kors because I think our American luxury brands should be made in America. Hello. Hello, Coach. Are you guys loving Coach's new price hikes? Did I not tell you guys Coach wants to be like a luxury brand? They will stop at nothing to follow along with the trends necessary to outprice themselves out of customers. Has anyone started looking at Coach's price points and saying and giving it the side eye? Has that started yet? Or are you guys still okay paying $700 for a bag made in China? Because I'd rather pay $700 for a bag charm made in France. Or not pay at all. Are we about to? Are we happy paying $700 for Coach? Coach. Or is it, do you get $700 back on the resale market for Coach? What do we get back for Coach? I want to know. Let's look at eBay. I want to know, what is the Coach Empire? What is it? 40 selling for Coach Empire 40, because isn't that's the one that is the one that is $700. Let's see. Condition. Any condition. I feel like I'm into doing some research today, you guys. Cause China said that they are making Coach, Michael Kors, Tory Burch, all of them, Lululemon, Nike. This bag goes for $700. So what? You got, oh my God, $1,500? I thought people don't even really like this bag. I thought you guys said this bag was heavy. What is this? Okay, here goes some real price points. 170. This is the 26. 175. 200. 16 bids. Brand new. Coach Carryall Soft Empire. $132. Okay. This is it. This is real. This is real for real. Let me show you guys this. You guys think this is a joke? This isn't a joke. So look, this is the Coach Empire. Okay, this is what you guys love. The 48 Soft Empire goes for $700 in store. The bid is $132, or you can go to China and get it for $50. Okay. Place your bid. 16 bids. Let's see what it started at. Oh, I can't go in there. 105 viewed in the last 24 hours. Basically, people sitting at 1,900, 1,500 are dreaming. They're irrational dreamers like myself. This is more of the reality. $132. So why doesn't Coach just... Coach wants to be a luxury brand, you guys. But I'm telling you, that is $500 down the drain. If you spent $700 on this bag, you overspent by $500. Okay? And no offense to my Coach lovers. However, now it does beg the question. Oh, guys, I can't believe it. Is this the end of luxury? If Coach isn't worth $700, I don't even know right now if I want to spend $700 on luxury. You want to know why? Because inflated price points are inflated price points. You cannot recoup what you spend on inflated price points. The only things to buy right now, okay, right now, are limited editions. Like the Takashi Murakami Dodge X Dodgers collaboration. Oh yeah, limited editions. Murakami color, multicolor, and cherry blossoms. Absolutely. But everything else, China's right. These vendors are flipping right. We're idiots. Don't you dare spend your money on anything made in America by the Chinese. Because made by the Chinese that we're selling in America. Because they're absolutely flipping right.
Supply chain.
We're
We
wasting
always have trouble getting leather or zippers or any accessories. That is why they failed, and that is why we will always be the best OEM factory for luxury brands. Why don't you just contact us and buy from us? You won't believe the prices we give you.
Okay. I mean, the audacity. They're basically like, don't go to New York and buy your counterfeits. Come to us. Come straight to us. Save your money. You guys just save your money. Just save your money. Don't buy anything. You know why they even have the audacity to talk to us like this? Is like, because we're so reliant. We're so financially reliant. The worst position it says in the Bible to be in is in debt. You want to pay off all your debt before you die. Do you hear me? Okay? That is the goal. Own everything. Even if you don't have a lot.
This is why this bag from our factory only costs you 1,000 USD.
Have you all seen that TikTok by the Chinese guy exposing how luxury goods are actually made? Basically, he says most of the luxury brands we use every day are actually made in China, then shipped to Europe just to get rebranded and sold back to us at insane prices. Like a wedding ring that would cost $2 in China somehow turns into a $2,000 ring. China is the world's biggest manufacturing hub. 80% of your Gucci, made in China. 60% of your Prada, also made in China. Even Chanel, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, Adidas, Nike, you name it. The only real difference? China ships the products to Europe, slaps on a made in France or made in Italy label, and boom, luxury? It's ridiculous. While people are out here clowning Shane and Temu for being cheap and low quality, the expensive stuff you think is handcrafted in Paris or Milan? Yeah, that's made in China too. So what are you really worried about? Come on, your mega hat? That's made in China too.
This is why this bag from our factory only costs you 1,000 USD.
Have you all seen that TikTok?
Oh. You know what, guys? This is absolutely ridiculous. Did you guys see my short? I did that short, like, ways to look poor. Because, I mean, honestly, if you want to just throw your money away, you know how people are like, I'm not throwing my money away to Louis Vuitton with these pre-orders, but they're going to Canal Street to literally, it's throwing your money away when you buy fakes. China's over here talking about, oh, just don't go to Canal Street. Just cut them out. Cut their own people out. Cut out their own middleman and come over there. It's not even the difference. Don't you see that? It's the same damn thing. And they're just now so audacious to come out and say the quiet part out loud. Your fakes are made in China. Okay? Ugh. I can't even believe it. I cannot believe it. I can't believe the audacity. It's the audacity.
FYP is full of these videos from China just sharing how they manufacture luxury goods and how they're trying to just go straight to the consumers now, and they don't even want to work with these brands. It seems like I'm surprised more people didn't know that they'll, like, for example, if they're doing like a luxury bag, they'll probably make the majority of the bag in China. And then they'll ship it back to whatever country it is. And then in that country, they'll either add some finishing touches or they'll add their logo or some sort of something, right? They'll add something. So that allows them to be able to write made in Italy or made in America. Not 100% made in America. And I'm surprised more people don't know that. But like the quality for China products are just as good. We always had this assumption that
this is just like such a good opportunity for, honestly, they're right. If it's true that the bags are just poor, like 80% made in China and shipped back to France for special upgraded pricing and delivery to us, then what these brands need to do is come out like Charlotte Tilbury did and hit back against the dupes and talking about there's no such place as their place, and here's how we really do it. Not like Chanel did in coming out and showing how they really do it is through industrial machines and machinery, right? With here and there components of petit man, little hands, sewing whatever they need to components together. I think that, honestly, luxury market, like the marketing has taken a hit. It really has. And, I feel like this was China's goal all along. Okay. You want to know something? I saw this video about why China is behind the global luxury slowdown. And it's like, again, it's all connected because now they're coming out trying to expose luxury. So I'm gonna show you this video because honestly, it made me realize something about why the Chinese are so bold. No, you got to think about it. You got to think about something, guys. Intellectual property is a real thing. So if you ship your manufacturing to China for them to create your products, you have to give them your intellectual property. You have to give them the how to make your product. We are idiots for doing that. American manufacturers, brands are idiots for doing that. Because if we know nothing else, it's that the Chinese know how to counterfeit and replicate. And then the fact that they have our intellectual property, so all of our creativity. You got to understand the bigger picture here and how this comes back to the smaller picture, which is your pockets, the money. These tariffs are hitting us because we're over reliant on China, because we've given up our intellectual property to them to design our shoes for us, our clothes for us, our hair for us, our makeup for us. What the hell do we do anymore? So listen to this video because this is how China sees it. Like, they want to be the global superpower. Right now, it's the US. They got to take us down. So, but to do that, they have to become the desired hub for luxury. People have to want a desire to go to China to buy Chinese luxury. You got to understand, the world goes to China to make what they desire, what they believe they need, even though they can't afford it. But what China wants, the world is reliant on China, and they love that. They literally can control the world because they can just stop making anything, and we go into a tizzy. Like, they can just stop making some shoes, and we're sad, and we're acting like we don't got no shoes to wear already. We don't got no phones to use already. Like, it's just crazy. And so not only do they have the world in one palm of their hand for the fact that they manufacture every damn thing, they also have in the palm of their hand the desire for the world to also want to come to China to buy Chinese luxuries, Chinese goods. Come to China. Come toward China. We make everything and we sell everything. They would literally be able to cripple the world if you think about it. But let's watch this video because you guys think I'm joking.
China used to be the promised land for the $380 billion luxury goods business. Now it is the land of losses. Today, we're looking at why the luxury business became so dependent on China and why it's suffering now. I'm Robert Frank for Inside Wealth. And, luxury goods sales total about $380 billion a year. But last year, they declined 2%. And the reason was China. Luxury lost 50 million consumers over the past few years. And that is all because they bet so big on China. But after COVID, the young Chinese stopped buying. You had an economic crisis there, and more importantly, a psychological crisis among young, wealthy consumers. Youth unemployment soared to over 20%. And rather than buying stuff and status, young people wanted experiences and memories. So the whole market shifted. But there's another secret reason for why luxury is suffering in China, and that is the rise of local brands. From watches to jewelry to fashion, even supercars, China is now making its own luxury products. And because there's a new kind of nationalism in China that values Chinese brands, luxury companies are now winning over the European brands. So I want to tell you about a watch company in China called Atelier Wen. This is by two French people that live in China, have worked in China for years. They just launched a new watch that is titanium, that's got a double sapphire crystal, that is a gorgeous purple color that costs $3,500. It's taking the country by storm. A watch like that from Switzerland would cost 10 times as much. And by the way, China brands are doing the same thing with supercars, with other luxury goods, and this is a big threat to the European companies. The stocks of the big luxury giants like LVMH, Richemont, Kering, they all fell over 20% last year because they built so many stores in China. They were betting their future in China. And by the way, 10 years ago, China accounted for half of all luxury sales in the world. They expected that would grow. Instead, now China accounts for only 12% of luxury goods sales. There are two kinds of companies that are doing okay in China. The first is the very high-end companies, Hermes, Cucinelli, Loro Piana. Those companies sell quiet luxury, and the really rich in China are still buying. The other companies that are doing well are those that market in a local language in products that are geared toward a Chinese customer and that actually feel more like China brands, even though they may be Chanel, Dior, or European brands. They feel, at least to China luxury consumers, more like local companies.
What do you guys think about that? China's making their luxury super hub. They want to compete with Dubai. The luxury girl, what? Call in, Kaylee. Call in, girl. Why wouldn't we? I want to talk about it. The luxury handbag community, girls, is not going to accept the fact that they spent so much money for so many years and they had the same super fakes. You know what the thing about it is with that comment though is you cannot resell a super fake. Like if you're caught, you can't get your money out of that. I mean, have you tried? I want to know who's tried reselling a super fake. Somebody call in. I never tried it. I never tried that. Okay? I'd be pissed if I was one of them people who bought a fake at the department store that someone returned. Okay? That would be me. Pissed. You don't think anyone wants to sell it, they just want to carry it. They're dumb then. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what, you guys? I have no filter sometimes and we are live, so I'm gonna just tell it to you like it is. Listen. If you are one of those 48% of Americans or whomever living paycheck to paycheck, not with no $500 in your emergency fund, no $1,000 in your emergency fund, no 6 months savings in your little savings account. Okay? No brokerage account, no nothing. Okay? And you're over here buying super fakes. You got your priorities mixed up. That's my opinion. Nisha the Gemini. I'm a Gemini. When's your birthday? When's your birthday? Let's see if we're Gemini twins. Why you don't want to spend $10,000 on an LV bag? Why not? What would you spend $10,000 on instead? Because I was watching what's her name? Accounting for Luxury. She said she sold $10,000 worth of stuff in order to buy her Constance 24. And then she said, I didn't watch the video, I just saw the title. And she said, was it worth selling $10,000 worth of stuff to buy her Constance bag? And I was like, if it is to you. Oh, your birthday is June 8th. When do you think my birthday is? Who knows Kenysha's birthday? I want to know what you spend $10,000 on. Designer use China because it's cheaper to make there than send to different countries to slap a tag on it to put higher price tags on it. Don't you feel that's a narrative? Don't you feel like that's just something you heard and you're repeating that? Because I actually watch the Hermes, how to make an Hermes bag videos. Have you ever watched one of those? From start to finish, that's not 12 minutes long. That's hours long. They're sitting there sewing. And when I tell you, okay, I'm Jamaican. So my aunt, I grew up with someone who knows how to sew, sewing machines. Okay, did that. She was a teacher, college, high school, middle school, has a pension as a result. So her knowledge is real. It is a skill. It is a talent. It takes a high level of patience and attention to detail to put your little eyeglasses on and sit there and sew. Okay? So that is a lost art. And I don't buy Gucci. I don't buy YSL. I know that I know that their supply chain is a little bit funky. Let's put it that way. But at the end of the day, I know that, or I think what I would love to see if I go to like a factory one day, because I think I've like toured perfume, like the perfumeries. I would love to tour like a Louis Vuitton factory. I don't know if Hermes does the tours, but I would love to tour. But I think I think the narrative is not that China sends the products to the other country to slap a tag on it. I think what the Chinese people are saying is true, is they make these products for Lululemon and Nike and Adidas, right? And those companies mark it up. And we're idiots for paying for it. I think that is true. What I think is not true is that Hermes is made in China. I think their counterfeits are made in China. Are you listening? Okay. I don't think Louis Vuitton is made in China. I think their counterfeits are made in China. Hello? Okay. You think my birthday is the 6th or 16th? Wrong. I don't think it's broke people buying super fakes. Super fakes buyers are saving money and getting all the same looks and feels of a 5,000 Louis Vuitton. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they are. I wish someone who buys super fakes would weigh into the conversation, because honestly, from my perspective, you got to understand that your girl, I'm just like, why are you guys wasting even? Why are you even wasting? If you put $100, if you buy a super fake a month and you're spending $100, okay, could you that means you could put $100 in savings. That's what that means to me. You don't want to spend $10,000, but you've got it. Okay, fine. Go buy your super fake and then put the difference away. Because what you are doing is helping China, not yourself. You're helping China with your super fakes, okay? Like, they're telling you, hey, you guys don't want to ship, you don't want to import our super fakes anymore. Come over here to us and buy direct. That's what they're saying with the tariffs. They're like, you don't want your 20% markup on Canal Street anymore because of these tariffs. Come over here to China and get your super fake. Come over there. Okay, that's what they're saying. And all I'm saying to you is, you're helping China. You're not helping yourself. Okay? Hello? And I love my community. Hello? I love you. Kaylee, China has definitely. Kevin, oh, we have a caller. Kevin, I need to see your face before I put you up here. But then I'll take you down. Okay, there. Hello. Okay, all right. I'll take you off. Okay. Well, China's definitely delivered a gut punch to luxury by putting this out. If you have 10,000 and only spend 200 on the bag, the rest is safe. I want to know. I want some. If you have enough guts to go out here and buy some super fakes and carry it around, you should have enough guts to come up here and talk to me about it. I want to talk to somebody who buys fakes. I want to know why you do it. I need to know. I want to know. Linda, hop up here. Get up here, Linda. Get up here. I want to talk to you. I want to talk. I'm in the mood. I'm in a good mood. Hello. We have a caller. Come on. Hello. All right, you're going to tell me when you're ready to talk, because I can't hear you. You're on mute. I can't hear you. Kaylee. I said, Kaylee, get up here. She said, you need to take a break and get up here. China has delivered a gut punch to luxury by putting this out. Well, so listen. Okay. Okay. You guys don't hate me when I ask these questions, but I have to ask. I have to ask these questions when you guys say these things. I have to ask. Oh, it's okay, hon. It's okay. 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 Here we go, Kaylee. This gut punch to luxury. You're answering me. Is Lululemon luxury? Is Lululemon luxury? Hello? You better type in there. You better type a comment. Is Nike luxury? I need some answers. Anybody. Anybody. Is Adidas luxury? Not even Kanye West. Not even Kanye West says Yeezys are luxury. So selling them for $200 and marking them down to $20 is crazy. Hello? Nike is luxury? No, it's not. What? Girl, you're making me go right back onto eBay. You know why? I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not, because I guess it just depends like on what it is to you. But here again is what I'm gonna say. I think there's design that we need. I think I'm gonna start talking for myself when I'm gonna spend money. I need to see some really good design. I need good craftsmanship. I know I was going to show you another American-made company that I really like. I showed you one. I'm going to show you another one. I need phenomenal craftsmanship. And I do not need the name. So you guys didn't even hear of Emerson Fry before. And I'm going to show you another brand that I really, really like. I don't always like them. And maybe you know them. But when they hit, they hit. When they don't, they don't. Lululemon is not luxury. Not everyone can afford Nike. Not everyone can afford anything. Not everyone can afford makeup. And yet people are putting it on credit. Not everyone can afford food, and yet people are putting it on Klarna and Afterpay. Girl, people are doing whatever they want to do out here, okay? That is what's going on. Here's another American-made brand. Now, they make their products in Portugal. They make their products in Portugal. The Office of Angela Scott. I don't like everything, all right? But I like some things. Now, let me see. See, some people would like a shoe like this, Miss Nelly. You know? Someone with refined taste would appreciate a shoe like this because it's got the heel, it's got the beautiful craftsmanship, it's got the suede, which is on trend, it's got 2 different colorways, right? You know, they also have different colors if you were looking for different pops of color or styles for the season. But I like that they talk about how it was made. Handcrafted in Portugal. Okay? Handcrafted, not machine made. Sewn, meticulously made in a small village in Portugal. Our sneakers are the perfect balance of modern day style and old world craftsmanship. Then they also want you to take care of the soles of the shoe. They make it so that you can resole all of their shoes so that they can last forever if that's what you want. Again, whatever happened to just owning things forever? Whatever happened to that? Like, whatever happened to that? These shoes are expensive. They're not cheap. If someone can't afford Nike, they definitely can't afford this. Nikes are probably like $100 to $200, and this is $600. Okay, it's $600. But it's made in America. It's made by an American company. It's handcrafted in Portugal. If we're slapping 10% tariffs on, then that's hasn't yet factored into the price, because those are the same prices. And I think it's got a really great attention to detail and design. I don't wear heels, so I wouldn't buy these, but I just wanted to show an example. Like another example. Here's an example of a shoe I do like. Now, a lot of people would be like, this is ugly, these are terrible, but I have it in black, first of all. I already have it in black. So I realized that I just really like the comfort and the style and the Mary Jane buckle, as well as the design of it. And it's very simple. It's a very simple, flat shoe for me. You know, if people are looking for a ballet shoe, I never wear those ballet shoes that they're talking about because they hurt my feet. You know, when they talk about luxury shoes and are you out here buying it for the logo and the name? No. Heck no, not when it comes to my feet. So here are some actual ballet shoes that I wear because look at the sole. You can resole these forever. I mean, they are absolutely so comfortable. The inside is leather lined. It's all black, everything, you know? It's great with jeans. It's great with dresses. I love it. So now I was looking, now this says it's $625, which is a lot of money. I don't buy these until they go on sale. I don't buy anything until they go on sale. So the color that I'm looking at right now, and I'm going to tell you exactly why, is for the sole. I was not first drawn to these shoes. I don't care for cream colored bags or shoes. And I worry that the back of the heel would get dirty if I'm driving. But I love clouds. They call this the cloud color. It's got two color blocks, so two colorways. It's got gold brushed harnish hardware on the buckles. And I love that it's like this like suede cloudy color. And then it's got like the attention to detail cutouts. I like everything. But what really got me, and then you can see like the inside of it, it has like this really comfortable, they're not insoles. It's literally the material molds to your feet. Like I need supportive flat shoes, and this gives me the support that I need. I cannot wear any ballet flat shoes by Chanel, by Louis Vuitton, like not for a whole day. These shoes give me what I'm looking for. But look at the sole. They got me with the sole. Look at this sole. I am a sucker for craftsmanship. I am a sucker for good craftsmanship. Okay. This is high quality craftsmanship. Look at the sewing. You know, it takes skill. And a cobbler can resole these. I don't know. Again, no sponsorship, no affiliation, just sharing my love of another American brand that I would spend money on rather than giving it to China. So this whole situation is just completely incredible. The audacity. It is the audacity for me. Let's see what people have to say. Let's see what else people have to say about this situation. Let's see. Okay, someone says it's not true. Let's see. Here's one I'm curious about.
saying they make all of their stuff. A factory video from China has gone viral, and now people are seriously doubting the truth behind expensive fashion brands. One factory worker revealed that some of the biggest names in fashion, including Louis Vuitton and Zara, secretly get a lot of their stuff made in cities like Dongguan and Guangdong. Even though these brands brag about being made in Europe, the video claims that more than half of Louis Vuitton's bags are actually made in China. People online were blown away when they heard that most of the silk used by Louis Vuitton comes from a factory in Hangzhou called Huaxili. It didn't stop there either. The worker said a manager told him it costs around $15 to make something that looks exactly like one of their luxury items. The biggest reason this is upsetting fans is that these brands charge thousands for each product, saying it's all premium, handmade stuff. Now, many are starting to feel like they've been misled and taken advantage of, especially when the final product may not be much different from cheaper versions. And now, a statement has been released to the press, seemingly from a source close to Louis Vuitton. In their statement, the source close to the brand said, "Louis Vuitton want everyone to know that what these people are saying is completely false and untrue, and they want everyone to understand that every item LV releases is made under meticulously high standards. At least it's been addressed, so it might not be true. However, we're going to have to wait to see if there's any real evidence for them making their clothes in China." Despite their statement, what's really getting attention is the idea that this might only be the beginning. People are already talking about how other workers from different factories might come forward soon. If that happens, it could completely shift the way the world looks at luxury brands and how they really operate behind the scenes. But not everyone's mad about it. Some people said they don't really care where it's made, because what they're really paying for is the brand name and the status that comes with it. So even with the truth out there, not everyone plans to stop buying. For this video's comment question, do you believe?
I love it. You know what? I love us. Even with the truth out there, some people are like, oh, wow, I'm still going to keep on buying. Okay. So when you keep on seeing people unboxings and hauls out there, just understand that they're like down with the truth and just paying for the status and the brand, and lay off of them because they know what they've gotten themselves into. Right. So it's not a gut punch to those people. Okay. Good job, Louis Vuitton, for coming out and saying it's not true. Yes. Fight back, Hermes. Come out. You know, Hermes was like, it's distasteful that there are copiers and counterfeits and replicas, but I guess, you know, what is that? Imitation is the best flattery, is is what he said. But it's not true. I like that they will counter the narrative, because that's the problem, is that people are getting carried away out here. People are always carried away with some gossip, untruths, anything to shake the boat, you know. Linda, get up here, girl. I bought a super fake a couple times. They cost me $150 each. I also have real LV, Chanel, and Dior. The super fake I bought in the past are 2 LVs, and oh boy, let me tell ya, they're like zero difference. I was amazed. I want to see them. Show us. What are they? What's the name of them? Show us the super fakes. Somebody get up here with your super fakes. You feel duped by LV and the thousands you spent previously. No, 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 no. You're not duped. It's not true. China makes counterfeits. They're not real. They are super fakes. It's not true. They are super fakes. That's what they're selling. Okay. Okay. All right. Don't believe your eyes. Don't believe them. Don't believe them. Okay, girl? Don't. Don't believe them. No. No, guys. They are not. I mean, okay. That video just said that Louis Vuitton sources its silks from China. Okay? That's not a lie. But the creation of the design is made in France. You understand? Like, you get the material from Joanne's Fabrics and then you go and sew it together. Like, there's not a lie happening here, guys. Like, somebody save us. Super fakes are super fake for a reason, my loves. Okay? They are super fakes for a reason. And if you want the look, good for you. You got it. But if you want your value, you're wasting your money. I want to be clear on my channel, my darlings, that we are securing the bags and our coins. We're not gonna go and waste money on the fakes. If you don't want to buy the real, don't buy it. If you want to buy your fake, put the remainder money into the stock market or savings account. Okay? So you have a future to rely on. Or you can live slow like me. Save your money for a future day. Honey bee honey. Save your money for the future. Save your money. What am I doing right now amongst the flurry of activity in the markets? I'm saving money, honey. Okay? Saving money. I love it. I love seeing the balance increase. I love that. I love that for us. I love that for all of us. Okay? I love writing my budget down in my Louis Vuitton agenda. Hello? Yes, I love that. Okay. Great. Do both. Okay, Kaylee, you might have redeemed yourself just a little bit. You know Lululemon is not luxury, girl. It's not. And neither is Nike. Not everyone. LV. Yes. Okay, well, I don't know. I mean, I think if you, I don't know what luxury is anymore, guys. Like, people understand that they're paying more for a name, but I'm not going to pay too much more unless it's special. You hearing me? It better be special. China's not getting my money, and neither is Louis Vuitton. Hello? Hello? I'm wearing everything in my closet because why not? You guys are nuts out here. All these, they're right. They're so right. If you're out here buying from Shein and Temu and clothes, I mean, like, you guys are absolutely lost it. You've like lost all your marbles out here. Like, starve China. Stop buying all their crap. You don't want polyester, nylon, and rayon. You don't want that crap. You want some hemp, linen, and cotton, which we have in abundance here in America. You want the American countryside. Don't y'all want the American countryside? Y'all don't want the American countryside? Y'all better just get with the program. I want the American countryside. I'm gonna be like Lydia Lee Millen, writing in my multicolor agenda, my budget, in my little she shed by the sea, American countryside. You guys are joking. What the heck am I gonna do with a million products from China like stacked up in there? No, that's the dumbest thing ever. And this is the best thing that's ever happened. Like, let them expose and let me help you translate the right narrative. Okay, let me help you. Let me help you guys understand. This is like, there's nothing being exposed here. This is honestly not a flex. This is actually the audacity for me. And we should basically stop paying for anything made in China, okay? And just stop it and buy food and groceries and save our money. Like, it's like, honestly, the audacity. I told you I want to go into the warehouse. Obviously, we're going to need to bring you with us. So you can come on here and tell everybody how you realize the truth. Your eyes have been opened. Oh. Super girl. If you don't stop talking your trash and get up here, get up here and tell me how much money you got reselling your super fake. And I want to see the receipts. Do you hear me? I want to see it. You're over here talking a bunch of nonsense. And if you don't stop and start proving some receipts, I'm going to have to put you in timeout. You're going to have to forge your own ticket to the factory. But when I set it up, you're going to have to come. Yeah, we don't want that crap. We don't want it. That's right. Keep your Murakami. Keep the editions. Keep the special editions. That's right. Look at Kelly, me too. At the end of the day, I was fully aware of what I was buying. When I purchased my items at LV, I bought my items to support for all, and I have not one problem. I haven't had any problems with any of the quality. Me either. There are some really good. You know what? Honestly, I can't even believe this is like even an argument. The fact that if there is a problem, they'll replace it for you at Louis Vuitton says a lot more about them than does Van Cleef at the moment. Even though now they've all of a sudden come out with like a whole new exchange policy, repair policy, whatever. Louis Vuitton, through the test of time, I can tell you, I have been a proponent of their repair process for over a decade, and they have never failed me, not once. So if there's ever an issue, unlike Chanel and all these other companies out here, go to Louis Vuitton and get it repaired. Like, at least you can do that. And you know what you can't do, Kaylee, with your super fake? Girl, you cannot get it repaired, okay? You know what they do? You know what they do to super fakes when you know what they do when you walk in with your super fake and you're trying to get it repaired? You know what they do? This is not from our company. This is what they do. Go ahead, girl. I like doing new designs. That's right. Their repair game is on point. On point. I have a repair in right now. I had the same issue too. I had a Pochette Matisse they had to repair. They gave you entirely new ones. They gave me an entirely new one too. They tried to repair it first. First, they tried to send it back, and I had to get it replaced, and then I ended up being able to get like an entirely new one. But you can replace a super fake for less than the cost of an LV repair. Girl, not if you get your repairs for free. I can't even believe you want to spend money on a super fake. I mean, that's fine. All right, well, do you have all your other, like, retirement situations in order? Do you have yourself in order? Like, that's really what matters. Personally. I feel like these things are the cherry on top, and fake grill doesn't matter. Do you have your retirement future situated, girl? Is the question. Because if you don't, this is like the least of our worries. It's the least of our worries. All right, let's see what else.
Leave Louis Vuitton. Before you go, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and
Okay, let's see who else.
I think this just might be the death of the luxury market as we know it. I don't know if you guys are on this side of TikTok yet, but basically all of the Chinese manufacturers that make all of the big brands that we love and pay a lot of fucking money for, they're being exposed because they are literally making these top luxury brands in China, Louis Vuitton, Hermes. I was even seeing like dishwasher pods, okay? And they are showing you how you can go direct to the manufacturer. They were talking about this one Hermes bag. I think it was like $38,000, but you can buy it from them for $1,000. The argument has always been, oh, well, it's not going to be the same quality. Yeah, it is, because that's literally where they're making it. It's the exact same thing. And I think it's crazy because this is kind of the thing that I've been saying for a long time, right? Like there was this Louis Vuitton purse that I really, really liked and I wanted to buy it, but I'm like, I'm not spending $6,000 on it. Like I'm a mom. In my purse, there's probably going to be like an old fucking banana peel, a crushed up water bottle. Like I'm not spending $6,000 on a purse and then putting it down at the park. Like, no, bro, I'm going to be like wrapping it in bubble wrap and carrying it like a baby. So I went and I bought a dupe, okay, for like $100. It's amazing. It's beautiful. We love her. And now think about how many more fun things I can do with that additional $5,900. Luxury isn't.
I mean, were we not just saying this? Yeah. It's like, if you want to buy your dupe, go ahead. And then what are you doing with the rest of the money? Good job, Kelly. It's all about what are you doing with the rest of the money, okay? I was looking at these comments over here while she was talking. People are like, I've been shopping at DHgate for years. The flex is not caring about any of it. Being simple is the real luxury. Ooh, do we agree? What do we agree with? I agree with that. I'm glad I'm not materialistic. This is the end of luxury. Bye-bye luxury brands. Oh, bye-bye luxury brands. Oh my goodness. Let's go shop. So glad I never invested in bags. I thought about it and said, even if I was the richest person on the planet, no way I'd spend that much on a bag. Aren't Hermes bags made in France? I saw a documentary saying Hermes bags are all handmade in France. They are. Like, again, what people are failing to talk about is the materials are all coming from the same place. If you want top-notch quality, anyone who's making it, be they in France, China, wherever, they're still going to go to the same source. The difference is those materials will then go to the place where they'll be made, to China or to France. Togo leather is going to both. Togo leather is going to both. But you're still going to pay Hermes to make their Hermes bag, which is made in France. And you're still going to pay China a lower price point for their super fake knockoff. Same material. Okay? Except for where they have made it clear, because our American companies have done this willingly, given up their intellectual property and rights by shipping manufacturing over to China. Again, when the narrative out here is spewing luxury is being exposed, and they're saying it's Lululemon, Nike, Adidas. I'm like, okay, that's not hitting me. That's not hitting me. That's not hitting me. When they're talking about YSL, Gucci, I'm like, okay, that's not hitting me. That's not hitting me. When they're talking about Michael Kors, Tory Burch, and Coach, again, nothing is hitting me because I don't buy those products. That's where I'm saving a lot of money. Not to mention that, again, China's right. If I bought those products, I'm wasting money because it's marked up tenfold by America. It's just marked up. It's just marked up. That's why, again, don't buy anything unless it's on sale. Even buy those American brands that I showed to you. They have their sales. Louis Vuitton doesn't go on sale. You want a limited edition? Get your super fake or get the real thing, or go and buy it from a reseller. I mean, whatever. But at the end of the day, I think my point in this whole conversation, I'm trying to tell y'all, is this wouldn't even be a flex for China if we could discipline and control ourselves and just stop shopping. If 80% of the things that we buy is made from China and we went on a boycott of not buying anything, we'd cripple them. You know, they're over here trying to like talk about how we should come straight to them to like continue over consuming. Like, it's like the nerve. We should continue over consuming at our detriment and go straight and cut out all the middlemen here, cut out the Nike people here, cut out the employer, the people who work in the malls here, cut out all of America's basic middle class. Cut us out is what China is saying. If you're not reading between the lines, they're saying, come over here and spend your money and forget about all your fellow Americans who, even at the marked up price, have jobs. They literally would bankrupt and cripple America if they could. And you guys don't get it. This whole narrative that keeps coming out about China's exposing luxury is the dumbest narrative ever, because it's not talking about our over-reliance and dependence, and the fact that if we would just stop spending money, not only will we save so much more and benefit ourselves, you know, we will benefit ourselves in the long run. We'd be much more competitive. It would be much more strategic. And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, you know, Donald Trump's approach to these tariffs was completely asinine, chaotic, and destabilizing, to say the least. But at the end of the day, it has unveiled and revealed the fact that we are completely reliant and dependent, overly reliant and overly dependent, and not on ourselves. And there should probably be some more self-reliance and self-dependence for Americans, if that's what we desire. But again, who am I? I am no political commentator, but I understand money. Okay? And I understand super fakes, you're not going to make any money. You know, the only people making money on super fakes is China. Okay? Those are the people. The people making the money are the Chinese. The people wasting their money that they continue to call as fools is the Americans. Okay? It's stupid. LV stock, let me see. Stock markets are flat. LV is down 100. I mean, they're down 7 points. They're down. Hermes is down. Kering is down. Tapestry is down. I mean, the markets, yeah. But the point is, like, why are y'all even talking about super fakes when you buy flipping Coach for $700, which is made in China? And then China's over here trying to tell you, you could probably come and get that bag for like $50. But you're over here like worried about Louis Vuitton. And what they're really telling you is they're making counterfeits. Okay? Yeah, they are making super fake counterfeits of Louis Vuitton and Hermes, because those are actually the real deal made in France. But if you want your Coach, your real deal Coach, go to China. It'll be $50. It'll be so much cheaper for you than spending $700 marked up over here in America. What is the, like, tell me the logic. Okay? Okay? Tell me the logic. It don't make no sense. Oh, my Gemini twin. You want to save the money and invest so you can flip it, or save the property because real estate is real luxury? Yes. Yes, ma'am. Real estate is something that you can go wrong in, but it definitely is a good investment. It's real. Your essay told you LV's going to have a price hike today or tomorrow. Excuse me? We're going to go right to Louis Vuitton and see. We're going right over there to validate this information. Your girl is on it. Like, say what? Say what now? What did you tell me? What did you say? They better not. Oh, they really better not. Let's see. Women's bags. Let's see what Louis Vuitton's got going on for us. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Well, first of all these new bags are expensive because they're new at their elevated price points. So we need to be looking at some older bags. We need to be looking at some older monogram bags to see what's what. Because I will tell you, the carryall PM is $27.90. Man, that is a crazy price point. That used to be $2,500, $2,300. Let's see. I told you how I feel about the PM and the BB being the same price point. $27.90 is, again, I hate that. I hate that for us, guys. I really do. When I see the carryall PM and the carryall BB, which is literally half the size, being $27.90, both of them. Ugh. I'm just like, Louis Vuitton, stop playing with me. What do you think about the new looping? $27.10 with the guitar strap and the looping shoulder and these charms on the front. Are we a fan? Do we love? Are we in love? Oh man, honestly, guys, I have not looked at the site, and when I tell you this is how I save money, is because, girl, why am I not able to stop? Why is there nothing stopping me from scrolling? Girl, why can't I keep on scrolling past all of these bags? I know we were looking at pricing, but geez, is there anything new? Is there anything exciting? Is there anything interesting? Ugh. The carryall MM is $2,900, almost $3,000. Oh man, I just need some more. I need some more oomph in my life when I look at these bags, Louis Vuitton. I can't take it. I cannot take it. Let me look. Let me see. I tried the Samour BB. This is still the same price, $2,030. Pochette Matisse East West, still the same price, $2,990. Still expensive, if you ask me. Sunset, still the same price, $2,500. That's what it came out as. We know the Boulogne is been increased because that was like at $2,300, maybe $2,050, I think, and now it's at 2420, which is the same thing for the Diane. The Diane is up to $2,400 something too. Multi-pochette accessoires. A lot of people are selling this, so I don't know if this is a good buy anymore. $2,600 for, I think they buy it and then they sell off all the parts. And I don't think that's a good buy, guys. No. LV20, $3,100. I don't think I like it. I don't know. Let me see. Why don't I like it? I don't know. These designs. No offense to anybody who likes any of these designs. Do we like? Do we love? What do we love here? Are we seeing anything? Is there anything? Is there anything? Oh no. My Gemini twin. I think I'm on a no buy or low buy for now till I figure out all the crazy. Good. Good for you. There's nothing to buy anyway. There's nothing to buy. Save your money. Don't buy anything. I call that securing your coins. And when cherries, when Murakami cherries comes, I call that securing the bag because you secured your coins. Not all LV repairs are free. You need a good client advisor. You're right. Unless you have a good client advisor. I love that they repair, but with the money you spend on the bag, I think it should last at least 5 years without having to come out of pocket again for repair. Girl, no. Because when I got my Graceful in the first year and those corners started to peel, I went right into the store. I was like, look, it's only been a few months. I don't really like what I'm seeing. I need a new bag. Can you help me? And they exchanged it. Yeah, you can get your refund back. If you wait 5 years, that bag could be discontinued if it's Louis Vuitton. You know they're on their fast fashion track right now. You need to get in there, get your replacement, get your money back, get your exchange. Good, Kaylee. Make sure your house is in order. I don't walk in a Mercedes and expect my S-Class maintenance to be $100. I know what I signed up for. Okay. Okay, Kevin. I had a Mercedes. I sold it. But before, when I had it, I made sure that I had a warranty on there. When I tell you, I had a tire warranty on that car because for that SUV, them tires cost $800 to $1,000 each. And I must have had a nail happen in my tire like once a month. Don't ask me why. We won't go into those histoires, those stories just yet. We will not go into those details just yet. The crazy vandalism, stalkerism of it all. We won't do that. Will not. We don't want to bring down these vibes. So it costs a lot of money, but because I had that warranty on it, I ended up paying every single time $0. Make sure, if anything, girls, you get your tire warranty every single time. If somebody wants to come along and stab your little tire for you because, you know, they're feeling some type of way because you're moving on with your life, you know, make sure you have a tire warranty, okay? So you don't pay no money out of pocket. Okay. That's right. We know what we signed up for. Gemini twin, what do you invest in? I want to know. Oh, you said real estate. No stock markets? What is, oh, we already talked about stock market. Isn't U.S. crippling the working class of China when tariffs stops the flow? Nobody's winning. Nobody's winning. Kaylee, Kaylee! Are you not a patriot? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nobody is winning, but we're losing worse. Girl. When we don't have $500 saved or $1,000 in the emergency fund because all of our house is packed up with flipping Chinese products as well as in the storage container units, girl, hello. We're not winning. Okay, we're the losers. Who cares about what's going on there? There's no poor lower class over there in China anymore. Okay, they're all middle class to upper to rich class over there. Okay, it's us who's got no middle class because we keep on buying all this. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Hello, Kaylee, if you don't start being on the winning team, I don't know if you're gonna be able to be a trendsetter anymore, girl. Girl. Bank prices would increase even more for these tariffs make prices go up on everything. That's why Trump had to start excluding things. You know? He had to start excluding phones, computers, phone and computer parts. It would make our phones cost thousands of dollars. I mean, are we not tired of paying $8,000 for a phone, a handbag price? Like, you guys are mad about handbag prices, but you'll spend $1,000 on a phone. You get like, I mean, what kind of problems are we talking about here? Like, $20.25 Takashi Murakami is more expensive on Fashion File than the LV store. That's crazy. I mean, I think Linda said she has a collection from the 2000s that she never plans to part with, which I'm like, yeah, I don't blame her. Tory Burch has a leather bag for $400. Oh, girl, what? Tory Burch has a leather bag for $468. You know what? You see what I'm talking about? Do you see what I am talking about? Made in China. Tory Burch is made in China. Michael Kors is made in China. You guys like paying $468 for your Tory Burch bags? I want to know. I want to know all of my super fake lovers out here who love Coach, Michael Kors, and Tory Burch. If you guys like paying your luxury prices, because that's what the Chinese are saying. They're saying that they're exposing luxury items. That's what they're saying. Those are their words. They're exposing luxury items, is what they're saying. So, do you guys like paying $468 for your luxury Tory Burch bags and $700 for your luxury Coach bags? Hello? Is there anyone in the chat? Is there anyone out there? You guys are going to stop playing with me. Janelle, don't spend anything. Are you guys not listening to me? Don't buy anything. Don't buy anything, guys. It'd be spending over $3,000. That's true. That's true. It does. It does. I'd rather just save it. These bags look like the Kelly Hermes. Is it Kelly to go? You guys seeing what I'm seeing? This little gray and white bag over here looks like the Kelly to go. I'm not gonna. I am minding you. I'm minding all of you. I love it. I love this conversation. You guys are cracking me up because I'm like, yeah, I guess it does beat spending $3,000. Me and my Portland leather goods. But again, I'm like, you know what? Let's go see where Portland leather goods is made. Let's see if they're made in China. See? Let's see where they're made, because I like Portland leather goods. Yes, I do, guys. So let's see where they're made, because Is my $100 going to the wrong manufacturers? It's not $468 going to Tory Burch, Michael Kors, or Kate Spade. Okay, so let me see where they're made. Let's see. FAQs. You know, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Product and leather info. We want to know where you're made. Are you American made, or are you something else? What is your our story? Before Portland Leather Goods. Okay. You couldn't find a simply designed affordable bag made from quality leather. If it was simply designed and affordable, the leather felt and looked cheap or worse. It wasn't even real leather. In order to get a simple real leather bag, you had to spend a fortune. We make the leather bag everyone already knows they want but can't seem to find at a price they can feel good about. It's no wonder we have accrued over 285,000 five-star reviews in the last 6 years, and more than a third of those who buy our products are returning customers coming back again and again. Okay. We only use the best leather in the world. We source our hides from the beef industry, giving materials that would otherwise go to waste a second life. These hides are tanned in award-winning facilities that not only meet but continually redefine the standards for eco-friendly practices in the field. Okay. Real cows lead real lives. In order to provide bags with that real leather feel, glow, and smell, you have to start synthetically coated or painted over. This is why marks like spots and scratches are a badge of honor on our bags. Without them, there is no way the leather could look and feel so good and last as long. We own and operate our artisan workshop, The Studio, located in the heart of Leon, Mexico, mere blocks away from the two most award-winning tanneries in North America. Location, as they say, is everything. Our business is about people. In order to run our workshop in Leon, we have to have the best people, and we do. The studio wouldn't be possible without our friendship and daily communication with our fantastic team. So they are based in Mexico, mere blocks away from two award-winning tanneries in North America. Okay, Portland Leather Goods for the win, not China. Probably why it's so cheap, $100, and still great quality. What do I think? Oh, is she sourced from China? Oh, Kaylee is naughty. Kaylee's getting messy. Oh, girl, I might like you. Let's go look it up. Let's look her up. Let's find out where she made, because if it's made in China, you guys are still overpriced. Kaylee. Kaylee is so messy, guys. I want you to know. We might have a real friend here after all. I love it. All right, let's see. We're going to look it up. Since Kaylee wants to get messy today. She's like, I'm bored at work. All right, let's see. Let's see. Dress Up Your Purse creates beautifully crafted leather accessories that blend timeless style with everyday functionality. Each piece is thoughtfully designed, combining quality materials with a commitment to elegance and durability, making it the perfect companion for life's journeys. Huh. Okay. FAQs. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we've got here. You know, we're doing some research today. Who is behind? We don't care. No, I'm just kidding. What inspired you to create? Where are your product design? Oh! No, no. Where are your products designed and manufactured? My products are designed by me, working closely with my team in China. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. 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 What do I think about this? Does anybody have a thought or a response? Kelly, you started this. Dress Up Your Purse products are designed by Melody, working closely with her team in China. Okay, manufactured in China. Offer some reactions. Stop it. Offer some more reactions. Offer some other reactions. You guys, this is not funny. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with you guys right now. Gosh darn it. The dupes are really made in China. Just throw it all away. Just throw everything away. They're telling the truth. The real and the dupes are made in the same daggone factories, okay? The replicas and the dupes are made in the same daggone place. Oh my God. Yes, it is. Microphone drop is not funny. You know what? It's not funny. Oh my gosh. I don't subscribe to this, guys. I don't. I'm sorry. I know I'm not coming after anyone's livelihood. That is not it. That's not it. Neither is I mean, what are we learning? Yeah. If businesses want to save money, they're going to go to China. Okay? If customers want to waste money, they're going to spend their money. I mean, I don't even know if people are wasting money anymore. I just kind of feel like what do you guys want to do? Like, are we all just going to start learning to sew our own clothes together? You know, Joanne Fabrics has gone out of business, so we can't even get any material. But like, honestly, it is a problem. It is a problem. Like, you have to understand when they talk about supply chain. China is the global distributor. They are a major player of the supply chain. And the only reason why things cost as cheaply as they can cost in China is because of how many people they have doing the work, the skills that they have, the people that they have. You know, everybody got a job over there making something for the world. There's no poor people anymore in China because there's someone over there who knows how to sew, manufacture, craft and design, and basically will buy it. We won't manufacture it here. We don't have the patience to train people here. Our quality is terrible. Unfortunately, Americans have a terrible reputation for being lazy and yet expecting high pay. What are we going to do? Americans have to turn this around. I mean, this is really up to Americans, honestly. Like, China, this expose is just pointing out, like I said again, because I think a little differently. I think a little bit more deeply. Okay, this is deeper. This is deeper than prices going up. This is an over reliance and over dependence on other countries to produce everything that we want. We need to stop wanting so much. We need to slow down. We need to just save our money, because when we do that is how we will actually regroup our power, our place in power, because we'll have the money to actually buy the things that we really desire. But additionally, we have no skills. We have outsourced all of our skill sets. We literally could create new industries that would take us back in time, sure. But you could create, if they had the phone girl sitting there answering phone calls before they figured out the telephone system, they can create some daggone sewers across the country to learn to daggone sew and create the whole new manufacturing like economy here. We could create our own jobs here. We could do the same thing. We have terrible patience and attention to detail. I don't know. Maybe we need to stop talking about ADHD and get some fresh air and just get some different skill sets, because honestly, this is blowing up in our face. It is. This like dependence on like businesses dependence to be able to manufacture anything in order to make money by overpricing and charging us. It's crazy. It's not, it's how we've created this world, but it's just not the way to live. This is no way to live. I have never bought anything from Dress Up Your Purse. You know, I don't have anything against that company, that brand, or anything. But it's just ironic. Okay. This is irony at its best. This is what it looks like. That is what it looks like. I like this tick as well. We're going to watch this one.
They just add the logo in France and charge you 10 to 40 times the price. Close your eyes. If your Chanel Cosmetics says made in China, will it feel cheaper? It's not about quality, it's about brand brainwashing. Interesting fact, who makes Chanel Cosmetics? 42% are crafted by Chinese artisans. We don't do cheap goods. We do understand luxury.
You know who is producing high quality accessories for those luxury brands like Chanel, Estee Lauder, L'Oreal? You're saying you're the supplier behind all these beauty accessories for those big luxury brands? L'Oreal, MAC, Chanel, Bobbi Brown, and even Rosewood Hotel.
Last week we also received an order, Royce Den. Yeah, the comb like 20,000 dollars.
Like, wholesalers, it's 2024 and you still don't know who are the suppliers behind Dior? Their knitwears and cardigans are from Beyond Garments from Hangzhou. Beyond Garments is also the supplier behind many luxury brands from America and Europe, like Sandra, Maj, and Versace. Second, most of the Dior's cosmetics.
Okay, so again, with the narrative, I just want to make sure we are clear in understanding that it is literally okay that they, in China, France, wherever around the world, Portugal, source their materials from the same place. That is not the problem. The problem is when they say that they're making everything, okay, in China. Not everything is made in China. They can source tan hides out of China. They can source silk threads out of China. They can source it from Mongolia. Okay. That's not the point. China can make their stuff too. They can make their stuff. I have already identified they want all the money. They want it all. Okay. They want to become the new luxury hub. They're tired. I mean, the fact that they're exposing luxury companies is quite hilarious. They're tired of being behind the scenes, making all the counterfeit goods and not getting the credit, basically. Like, that's what this is about. Like, do you guys like not realize like they're like really tired of the situation? They're like, come and spend all your money with us. bankrupt Louis Vuitton, forget about them, bankrupt Gucci, bankrupt them, and come and buy our luxury goods made in China. I wonder how much those stuff would be though. You see? And this is the point. This is where we're gonna start going is okay, well, I've never visited China before, but I'm going to Japan and Singapore, and they've got wonderful thrift and vintage markets over there. I can go to China and buy everything brand new. I wonder how much it's going to cost me there. Like, it's never even been a thought that's crossed my mind until now. You see? You see what's going on? They're using their people to create a whole new market. China is very smart. Very, very smart. And you know, the thing about it is it's like, who let the wolf into the fox house? You know, who let the wolf into the chicken coop? Us. All, everyone around the globe who sent their intellectual property to China to distribute and manufacture their goods for them, let the fox into the chicken coop. Everyone who said, sign these papers, China, that you're not going to steal my intellectual property, and expected that not to happen. Like, talk about asinine, okay? Just talk about complete idiocy. And it's not just America. That's the reason why they're saying the US and their European little brothers and sisters, like, they have the audacity now to come out and talk about, yeah, you let the fox into the chicken coop, and now we have all of your intellectual property and know how to make your watches, your jewelry, your clothes, your shoes, your bags, everything, your furniture. Come here. Spend your money here. Make us rich. Make us the richest country and globally in the world. Like, guys, when I tell you, they're also working on their stock market, being able to rival, you know, the NASDAQs and the S&Ps, you know, that's the next, the frontier knows no bounds for replicating and copying whatever they see and they want. And make no mistake, it all enriches China. Okay? Are we rich or are we poor? Because I don't want to hear people talking about they don't got $500 and they don't got $1,000 in their emergency fund, but supposedly houses in order and people are still living paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear it no more, because China's coming out and laughing and they're telling you straight up what it is. Okay, like, you want your super fakes, come and get it. We got it. What is the next step, Grief? Have I moved to anger? Who am me? I am not. If I'm bothered by anything, it's the fact that I have to keep hearing all this nonsense on the internet. If I'm bothered, it's because of that. Shoot. Because I already see, I know the truth. I see through all this. I'm just like, this is a time to save your money. This is when you do that. This is when you know, I love being a Black woman. I get to sit back and rest and relax so much now. I have so much rest in the past year and years to come because of all of this nonsense. And when I get to just shop my closet and save my coins and write my journal notes for, I wonder what we're going to discuss today. I wonder what the community wants to talk about today. Life is good. I get to come on here and joke around with you guys. Oh, man. Yeah, we need to just accept this reality. Like,
products are actually produced by Taiho Group, which is also the supplier behind Lancome and Loewe. Third, 24-hour packaging technology from Shenzhen provide exquisite packaging and bags for Dior. Of course, Dior has their own factories in many countries, supplies different products for them.
Oh,
Chanel
okay.
Cosmetics,
Wait.
80%.
They said something relevant. Oh God, I can't stand that I have to say this, but yeah, when the packaging is cents, like literally cents, because it is coming from China. Yeah, guys. I mean, I don't know if I sometimes feel like paying prices sometimes on things. Like honestly, I get tired. And I also get tired. Like there's nothing that can sway me to purchase anything if I don't like what I'm seeing. If I don't like the design, you couldn't pay me to spend my money. That's what I mean about resting. Is like, it's crazy to me, like the flurry of activity around Coach right now when they're made in China. And then you cannot get your money back out of Coach. Like, I know people love it as like an alternative to luxury, which is why they call it accessible luxury. But I think it's still a mistake to spend your money, too much money on Coach. Like, I actually think it's a mistake to spend too much money right now in general. And, I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with that because if you're working, you have a job, it's like, oh, there's all these pretty things I want to buy. But it's like, honestly, is it really, is it really a flex if you go back and you're like, oh, but it's like all made in China? Or like, I just don't think anything is a flex anymore. Like there's no flexing. We have to like let go of that mentality. I think saving your money and being able to have flexibility at the drop of a hat is like true luxury. I'm telling you. Like if you want to flee America and you don't have the funds to do it, don't you think that's not luxurious? Like, hello? Don't you think if you have to hide out over here in the concrete jungle, like, shoot, I wish I had saved some money instead of like having all the seasons of Coach or Louis Vuitton, Chanel. Like, I need to take one bag from Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and Hermes. Hello. But I can carry 3 bags. That's what I mean. Just save your money. Like, Coach is just moving way too fast. And you know why? Because they can, working with China. And I don't like Louis Vuitton trying to keep up with fast fashion. Like, I don't want that. I want to go back to slowing down fashion and carrying a bag for the year. Like, why can't I can't, I mean, whatever. Maybe I'll start doing annual bag swapping videos, like, I finally moved out of the bag, guys. I've had the same one for the past 6 months. It's like I'm gonna start forcing myself to just like do that.
Are made in China and cost only $5. They just add the logo in France and charge you 10 to 40 times the price. Close your eyes. If your Chanel Cosmetics says made in China, will it feel cheaper? It's not about quality, it's about brand washing. Interesting fact, who makes Chanel Cosmetics? 42% are crafted by Chinese artisans. We don't do cheap goods. We do understand luxury.
You know who is producing high quality accessories for those luxury brands like Chanel, Estee Lauder, L'Oreal? You're saying you're the supplier behind all these beauty accessories for those big luxury brands? L'Oreal, MAC, Chanel, Bobbi Brown, and even Rosewood Hotel.
Last week we also received an order was again. Yeah, the comb like 20,000
Pieces, like
color.
Wholesalers, it's 2024 and you still don't know who are the suppliers behind Dior? Their knitwears and cardigans are from Beyond Garments from Hangzhou. Beyond Garments is also a supplier behind.
Yeah, guys.
You know what's crazy about China exposing these luxury brands versus real versus direct bags versus them being made in the same factory and all this? I've been saying this since 2017. And nobody wanted to believe me. No, bro, that shit. Nobody wanted to believe me. I lived in South Korea. I visited China. I had full conversations with people that work in these factories, and I've been saying this since 2017 that these luxury bags are made in the same factory.
Honestly, I think this narrative is going to drive me crazy. I'm going to have to end this live. Luxury replica counterfeit bags are made in China. They are not lying. They're just not telling the whole truth. Lying by omission is still lying. Luxury replica handbags are made in China. They're not called dupes. They're called counterfeit goods. Go to France, where they will hand stitch your Hermes bags. Go to Louis Vuitton, where they will slap the LV made in France tag on there, and hopefully they will not have used machinery from China. Okay, like hopefully this isn't another Chanel machinery debacle of everything being made by machines and then stitched together by Louis Vuitton. Like hopefully that's not what we're talking about. Let's work through this together. There is no working through this. This is crazy. I am telling you guys, read between the lines. There is not a lie happening here. It's the way it's being shaped. It's the way they're talking about it. "100% made in China." The labels are put on in China too. Yes, for the replicas. Are you guys listening to me? Are we talking the same language? Are we talking English here? Are you guys listening to me? What did I just say? What did I just say? Is class not in session? I said China is making super fakes. That means they have designer brand names on them, which means they are counterfeits, which means they're not dupes, because dupes just look like the product without the name. It is so confusing. I wish I had my whiteboard here, because we would literally be having a couple different columns here, because you got the real stuff, you got the fake stuff, and you got the dupes. You got 3 columns. Okay. The real stuff is happening in France. Sourced from China, maybe. Sourced materials from other places around the world, but still put together in France. That's the real stuff. Then you got the fake stuff. Sourced from China. Made in China. Made by the Chinese. With the designer brand labels stamped on there by the Chinese. Okay. Fakes. Then you got the dupes. Again, made in China. Made in China. Just no brand name, no label, no label. Are y'all with me? Are we all together now? Okay. All right. It's not a lie what's being stated. It's just nuances are not being stated. Okay? The nuances are missing. Okay. Have we worked through this? Have we concluded today's session? Have we talked about why things made in the USA suck. Have we talked about our over reliance and dependency on others? And have we talked about saving some money today and buying the limited editions? Okay, have we covered all components? Are we good today? Does anybody have any questions? I invite you to ask all questions. Feel free to call in. Call in. Any questions? Kelly, you need acceptance. We need you to get to acceptance. We need help, guys. Help me get Kelly to acceptance, guys. Come on, guys. It's time for us to help a community member. Call in, ask me anything. What questions do you have before I hop off this live? How can we help our fellow community members when they need assistance? Because you know there's a lot of them out there talking about colorways, not a name. It's not a word. There's a lot of miseducation out there. So obviously our work is never done helping set other trendsetters up for success. Okay, Esther. I'm still thinking that the originals are still being finished in France or Italy. You mean no, I'm thinking that the reels are still being finished in France or Italy. Yes, I am thinking that. You are correct. I am not in denial. I do think that. I do believe that. That is not true. Don't buy that either. I don't buy anything. I don't buy anything. I don't buy it, guys. I don't buy anything. Like, you have to understand, it's all made up. This whole thing about luxury and buying into it, it's been manufactured by humans. Like other luxury lovers have said, we know what we're spending our money on. We know what we are getting into. We want to do it. Okay. We want the value and satisfaction with making that purchase. We have that desire. Okay. We don't feel the same buying the super fakes. We are not in denial. We have our future resources set up. Okay. So no, I'm getting what you're saying. I'm getting what you're putting down. I'm just disagreeing. I'm disagreeable. I get that a lot. Okay. What can I tell you? I get that a lot. I'm contrary. I'm a contrarian. That just means I have thoughts in my head. That just means I think. Okay. Just means I actually am deducing and discerning and breaking something down and reading beyond the narrative being spewed my way and given to me and force fed to me. Like, no, I'm trying to help you guys see another perspective. Okay. Perspective is everything. And perception is 9/10 of getting to what it's going to be. That's the other thing is perception. This whole thing about luxury, like I said, China's exposing luxury just has a lot to do with their desire to start pulling down a facade. You have to understand that this is about a facade that China is tired of hiding behind. And this whole situation with the tariffs was a great opportunity to start exposing some stuff, just bringing to the light of day what's always sort of been known is the Chinese manufacture counterfeits. We know where to get them in New York if we want to get them. And now they're just basically cutting out their own people and saying, come to us and get your counterfeits. Hello, like, I think you guys who buy super fakes need your own like little session. Like, you guys are over here trying to argue all about things being made in China, and I'm just like, stop arguing with yourselves. I am not saying things are not being made in China. I am literally saying, yeah, they're literally coming out and telling you guys that you're buying all your fakes on Canal Street, and you could probably still get your fakes cheaper in China. Like the nerve. Hello. And if you want your real stuff, yeah, you're going to be spending for the brand. You're going to be spending for the brand if that's what you want to do. Do we know what goes into those costs for the brands? Yeah, because I've talked about it. We're paying for their real estate. We're paying for a whole bunch of crap, marketing and celebrities. That's why I'm like, don't follow these celebrities. Don't buy anything out here if you really don't like it, because it's not worth it. But if you see something you want, you better hop all over it. Just, what's Canal Street? Okay, well, here in America, in New York, we've got a location. Around the world, they have different locations where you can go to different bazaars to buy fake goods. Like Turkey's got a bazaar, India's got a bazaar, China, Japan. Japan will say that they're selling reals, but there's fakes everywhere. There's a bazaar everywhere. In America, our bazaar is Canal Street. That's where you go if you want to buy fakes. All the fakes, okay? And all I'm trying to say is China's not lying when they come out and they say that they manufacture these real super fakes in China. And if you want to buy, you can go straight to them and get the goods for like cents on the dollars, they're not lying to you. I think if you believe that, I think Hermes and Louis Vuitton should keep coming out and saying that it's not true, that their manufacturing does happen in France, and that it is true that some of their materials are sourced from wherever around the world. I think if they would be more open and clear about that, there again would be no confusion. Okay. Hello, darling. Welcome. Y'all go subscribe to Forever Ebony. She's out here buying Murakami pieces and doing her Chat GPT pop-up doll. That's a new thing. It's so cute. So that's what Canal Street is, Kelly. Our fake bazaar, our bazaar of fake goods, and it's fun. It's like a tourist attraction. It's like a tourist spot. People go abroad to Turkey, like I said, to go and shop the fakes. People come across from America to Canal Street to shop the fakes. It's like what you do if you've got nothing else to do, and that's just something that you want to hit in New York. It's like visiting the Statue of Liberty. Hit all the tourist attractions. Oh, I went to Canal Street. Like these people on TikTok. That's the next trend. Guys, when I tell you this is the dumbest. Okay, I'm gonna show you, Kelly. I'm gonna show you, Kelly, since you asked, because this is the dumbest. This right here is the dumbest. This is the dumbest thing you will see. Look at this, guys.
Hey y'all, huge Canal Street haul. Canal Street was definitely the best experience I've ever had. It was so fun. I loved bargaining and negotiating with the people. A lot of them were really nice. Some of them were a little iffy, but it was so fun. And I got so many good bags for good deals. And it was just like a really unique experience. So first, let me show you. I got this cute little Louis wallet. and it's like pink on the inside. I literally use this out of my everyday, and it even has like a zipper, and I put my key fob in there. So this is literally like my everyday wallet now. I believe I paid about $20 for this. For another wallet, we got me and my mom this wallet. It's Louis. Also, all of the bags come with these little. This one's really small for some reason. Yeah, they put the wrong one, but they come with these little like. I don't even know what these are, but they're like bags to prove they're real, I guess. But this has a zipper, super nice quality, and this is just a really cute. This is also $20. The dude for this one would not take no for an answer. Like, I was not like trying to buy something from his like shop or whatever. I thought this was cute. I picked it up, and he kept lowering it. It was like he was like 50, okay 40, and I was like no thank you, nothing. Like, I'm trying to walk away. He's like here 20, and I was like at that point like that's a good deal.
Okay, this is Canal Street. This is where you get your products from, Kaylee, if you want to buy them for $20. Okay, it's America's Bazaar of fakes, not dupes, fakes. Okay, who works on Canal Street? Oh my God, immigrants. They get it from China? Yes. How does it get in? Illegally, girl. It's illegal. Okay, it's illegal to sell. And then now I hear, like in France, if you're flying in with your fakes, they'll take it away from you. It's illegal to have fakes over there in France. I'm like, how would we feel about a law that sends you to jail for having fakes? Hello? Would you guys like that? Let's see what else. Let's see who else is out here shopping.
Canal Street haul. Okay, first I got these. I got these for $50, and I know I could have got them for cheaper, but it was my first deal, so I was like, oh, $50, like that's a deal.
Oh,
but I definitely suggest
that. Okay. And let me tell you something else. Nothing should cost more than $10 on Canal Street. You're being ripped off. Even on Canal Street, you're being ripped off.
bargaining a little bit lower, like 30, 40. Okay, next I got this. I got this for $50. It comes with a little wallet thing. It's nice. Okay, and then I got this Prada bag. I got this for $40. And this was the first price the guy said, so I was like, you know what? Sure. Like, that's not too crazy. And yeah, it's really nice. Okay, then I got this bag, and it came with this strap, so I can like wear it as a side bag.
That's
or,
a
like,
terrible,
hold it.
terrible
And this was
fake.
$30. Okay, so then I got two watches. So the first one is this. I think I paid $40 for that one, and then the second one is this one. And this was the one that I wanted, like, going into it. So I was so happy. I found this on the last day, and I was so geeked. I got this one for $30.
Okay. Let's see. She said she got her headphones for $50. She got a watch for $40. She got another watch for $30. That's $120. Is it worth it? That's $120. And I want to know, is it worth it? Is that what we want to do with $120? You don't want to buy the real thing. Okay. I get it. Don't want to spend $3,000 for all that stuff, maybe 10 or 15. You still want to spend $120? Why? I want some answers, America. I want some answers, Americans. What is the haul? What is the flex here? You know you're supporting China. You're supporting illegal trades. I mean, you're wasting your money. You guys, I don't know. Is my head the only one that hurts around here? You see me holding my head because I think $120 is a lot of money. Like I could do a lot with $120 rather than buy some fake stuff. Buy some groceries. I just want to know. I am trying to understand. Do I want all that stuff for $120 or do I want something else for $120? Like, what do we want here? I'm getting confused. Americans are confusing me. We are confused out here. Okay. I don't like.
Look at this. Oh, perfect. Oh my God. Isn't it great? Chris. I know, it's my.
Okay. Are we understanding what we're seeing here? It's not a lie. They make this stuff in China. They're called fakes.
Okay, and then
No, really, we don't let anything in. It's all done illegally. It's all done illegally. No, there's constantly people busted for bringing in all these counterfeit goods all around the world.
The inside look like.
But I think, again, this is just the latest, not greatest trend to hit the town. Going to Canal Street, spending hundreds of dollars to buy fake goods, and then come online and talk about it. It's crazy, right? We are living in the upside down. I mean, yeah, people hate when people come online and talk about their luxury goods, which are real. And no one hates that people are coming online to talk about their luxury goods, which are fake. Make it make sense, people. America, make it make sense to me. I don't want to hear you've got no money, you're in debt, you're using Afterpay and Klarna for food, for DoorDash, but you are flexing your canal haul. Americans, Gen Z, Generation Z, and the parents of Generation Z. Can y'all wake up? Can y'all help each other? That is not trend setting. Guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are people doing? I don't know what we're doing out here, friends, but it's not it. This isn't it. It's just not. And it's, again, it's the portrayal of your thinking you're flexing. Because, first of all, where are the people who say it's not even a flex to wear luxury? Where are you? Where are all of our trolls? Where are our trolls who say you're not flexing by coming on here and showing all your luxury? Okay. Who are these people then out here buying the luxuries on Canal Street, coming out here flexing their hauls? It's just crazy. It's just all crazy. Yeah, where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Because how dare you? How dare you? Oh my God. I think this is a real thing. You already know where I stand, okay? How many, and I'm not even going to say YouTube, I'm going to say influencers, because it's not YouTube only. It's TikTok, it's Instagram, it's Facebook. There should be a disclaimer if you're making videos and content about designer goods to label it designer inspired. And people need to come out and start almost like how we have to make people aware that we're doing like a promotion. People should have to note that it's designer inspired, because I think that's the reason why it's so easy for this narrative to spread so quickly. I think that's so easy why people are just sort of like all aflutter talking about this China expose. They're not exposing anything new, okay? It's nothing new, except for the fact that there's not normally a lot of education and discussion around the difference between fakes, dupes, and real, and those nuances to break it down in this conversation that's happening with China. That's the reason why I had to come out here and talk about it, because I'm sick of the narrative. Like when I get tired of the way something is being told and there are components missing that, like, if articulated would bring a little bit more clarity and understanding, I feel like I'm going to say something about it if I know something about it. So yeah, like people want to come out here, influencers, and they are pushing fakes. I saw a video the other day. They're coming out here talking about their luxury hauls that they've gotten. They're not talking about their fake. Oh, you know what they say? Oh, I thought everybody knew. I thought everybody bought fakes. I thought everybody knew this was fake. That's what they say. And I'm like, am I a mind reader? Girl, no. How are we supposed to know that? You didn't tell us that. How should we know that? So now that's why when you see influencers coming out and they're talking about, well, yeah, I mean, I thought you knew some of my stuff is real, some of my stuff is fake. It's because they were caught by the internet, called out for their knockoffs, and then they have to come out and say, oh, I thought you knew. I thought you understood this to be true. No, because you're not communicating that clearly. You don't want, for a reason, obviously, which again, I don't have a problem with people who want to do designer inspired content, as long as they label it as such so that people know what they're looking at. It's not the real thing. Like, create clarity. Yeah. As you should. As you should. Because we can't, you guys, it's crazy. I mean, we cannot keep on acting like it makes sense to like consume everything all the time. I mean, is that what we think? Like, no. Let me see. Let me see if we can find. What is going on here? Okay, what else do you guys want to talk about? I'm about to hop off of here and go eat. 3 hours. That's a long time. I cannot believe we went that long, but clearly we had a lot to talk about today. Clearly there was a lot on all of our minds today, because I woke up and I swore they chose violence today. And I was just like, there's no way I'm not hopping on to talk about this. Like, this whole trying to make you know, top quality French goods in Texas is asinine. No, I don't want my Louis Vuitton made in the USA products. No offense, America. But yeah, if you want to give me some quality American goods, I mean, I'll be interested in taking a look. Sure. No, I don't believe this narrative that China's pushing, exposing blah, blah, blah. No, they're not exposing anything. They're just getting views. Okay. Hello, friends. Hello. Welcome to social media. Welcome to creating all the views. Bah humbug. No, you didn't. Any questions? Any questions? I deserve a good lunch and a pineapple martini. Oh, man. All right, you guys. I'm about to hop off of here. You want your bag to say Met? No. You heard what I said, Kaylee. You are so funny. She's funny. No. I said, no, I don't want my French made bags to say made in Texas, made in the USA, made nowhere except made in France. Made in France. Sometimes I've been allowing made in Italy, made in Spain, but lately I've been all about I need a MIF. I think it's because I feel like I'm coming down to the end of like, is there anything out there, Louis Vuitton? Is there anything anywhere out there? Okay, no. Well, I just have to just sit back and wait then, you know, I just have to wait for you to wow me. I'm not going to rush out there unless I am wowed. Okay. Hello? I will hold on to my money. So. Nope. No, Kaylee. No made in Texas, girl. You are funny. Texas. And you know, the funny thing is, it's not even going to be made in California anymore because they're closing down the California factories where there was no hiccup, where there was no commotion, where there was no news, and sending them to Texas, mind you, sending them to the factory with the worst rating for global production. Why are they doing that? Why? You know why? Did I not tell it to you in the beginning? Because they're going to save themselves $29 million. And when I tell you, I truly believe that these luxury companies, it's like a whole Ponzi scheme that we're giving them all this money and they really have no ideas coming, nothing good coming. So they're like, how are we going to recoup all this money? They can't. I'm not going to be the one to say luxury companies are going broke. I'm not going to be the one to say that, but is it a Ponzi scheme? Absolutely. So don't buy everything because not everything is worth buying. They did. They should hire Chinese employees. Do you want to hear a funny story? Before I get off here, I shall regal you with a funny story, since you want to leave this comment here. Was it last year? Was it only a year ago that the Dior scandal fell into our laps? Was that really just a year ago? So much has happened. Or was that the Hermes scandal? You know, scandal here, scandal there, scandal everywhere. Okay. Either way, not too long ago, we in the luxury community found out that Dior works with third-party suppliers. Where? In France. Who are these third-party suppliers that they work with? in France? Chinese companies, the Chinese. Yes. I know you're saying America should employ the Chinese employees. Kaylee, we do. We have a lot of fast food restaurants here, Chinese restaurants here, laundromats here. We have tons of nail salons here. You know, when we talk about not just Chinese people, but in general, like the Asian group, we have a lot of immigrants and new generation born here who have learned their craft from their ancestors. Okay. The Chinese are, yeah, I know. Why doesn't Louis Vuitton hire Chinese employees? I'm telling you, they do. In France, in Dior, as third parties, they're working together. Again, so allegedly, I don't think that precludes them from working with Louis Vuitton. Dior is under the Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy conglomerate umbrella. I don't think that precludes those third-party suppliers who employ Chinese people from not working with Louis Vuitton. Okay? I think they do employ the Chinese. I do not think that it is made in China. I think they employ the Chinese in France. They employ the Chinese in Italy. They employ the Chinese in their country. And it is still made in France. Okay? Great. Great. Okay? Okay. You're welcome. Bubbles busted. Bubbles bursted everywhere. Okay? Okay. So know what you're buying. Know that it's best to hold your cash. Be happy with what you buy. Save. Don't believe all this hype out here. The way that they're spinning it, the way that it's coming to you. Break it down a little bit. Get into the weeds. Get into the nuances of things because it's all connected. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining today. Peace. I leave you all with Kaylee's and my laughter. From my heart to yours. Smooches. Deuces. Take care, you guys. Yeah, Janelle. Yeah. Yes, save your money. I love you. I love you all. I'm telling you, save your money so that we can go visit the seaside together.